Things I'm not too proud of. Oh my goodness. I used to crawl up those big tunnels, down in the Wash. Something. I mean, they were really big. They could, you could stand up in them, and I'd go up with these two boys in a flexi, and it's like a sled with wheels. And we'd go up a couple miles and get on those things and come down, a pile of three on top of those things, and halfway down we'd lose control and fall all the way down. We'd come back and smell like a sewer, of course, and my mother would have a fit because she'd say, "Oh, there's bats and snakes or whatever." And a couple of times we would end up coming out, the sewer would fall us to, like, the gutter in the street. My brother and I came out through that, in the main street of Montrose, and all the women would have a fit. Some of them my mother knew, and they'd call my mother and say, "You know where your sons are, or where they've been?" And by the time we got home, my mother's would sanitize us, give us a bath, wash our clothes or burn them or whatever. She had a fit with that. Just always, always. I remember taking my cousins down there, and one of my cousins actually, stepped into the mud and sunk down to his neck. We were tempted to leave him there, but we brought him back home. He wasn't too happy with us. My brother and I were just, trouble was always following us. I would go to Bob's, and a lot of times I'd pour ketchup into my water and tell the waitress it was the worst tasting ketchup I ever tasted. I'd do the same with cream and, get free milk. Terrible, terrible, and harass the poor waitresses. One time our group had played somewhere, and we were sitting there, and two good-looking girls, and drummer, as shy and tongue-tied as he was, and we're all sitting there eating our food, and he wanted to say something really brilliant, and they were drinking cherry cola, of course. And he sits there and he goes, your cherry's red. And the girl sat there and said, "What?" And he's saying, "That's not what I mean." And I said, "Stop while you're ahead." And by that time, of course, we all spit our food out, and our drinks into each other's face, and it was hilarious. But every Friday or Saturday, we would go there. Sometimes after a dance or something at church, we'd go to Bob's. There used to be the main Bob's where the waitresses would come out to your car, and you'd order from there. That was great. I remember one time I had one of the things on the steering wheel and went to lean, and all the food got all over me. And so, like I said, Bob's, I mean, they got a few of them around, but it's not the same ones. And it was always good for a laugh. You could meet girls there. It was just a wonderful experience, and I truly miss it. I truly miss it. We had like I said, our share of trouble there, and we were just, what can I say? I mean, the worst Cyrus Round did is that we had poured Joy soap into the Hyperion fountain by Griffith Park, and sat there and watched as it bubbled and bubbled into the street, and they had to call the fire department, the police department, and they're just like, if we ever catch these kids, and we're like, whoa, because they figured it was kids. And I got home and it made the news, and my father's sitting there like, he looks at me and says, "What kind of idiots would do something like that?" And I was not going to admit to it. And 2 weeks later, in our hometown, we put some in the fountain there, and it didn't have the same effect that we wanted. But we're always doing something for a laugh, and probably drinking more than we could hold. One of us would pass out from too much, drinking, and it was, boys will be boys. It's kind of the way it was.